Welcome to the video tutorial on how to set up your live report for the Head Start UF data project. Begin by logging onto Child Plus as you normally would. Then go to Setup, Module Setup, go down to Live Report, Custom Report Designer, and at the bottom of the screen, click on Add a new live report. Then click on Start with a blank report and click OK. Next, we will set up the report number. Choose a number that your program has not already used. We will be choosing for our program 9876. For the name of the report, we're going to be naming the report UFHS Data Project. Then select Enrollment for the category. The description is a spot where you can describe what the report is about that you are going to set up. You do not have to do this step. You may skip it or you can come back to it later on. On the next section, you're going to click on Basis Report on Participant. And then where it says select a specific type of participant information, make sure to choose enrollment history. Next, choose the security groups that best suit your program. And at the bottom of the screen, click on Next Step. We will begin adding the fields to the report from this screen. The plus sign next to the category, it allows you to expand that category so that you can see all of the fields. Then click the minus to collapse the category. We're going to be moving back and forth between a few different categories, and as we select a field that we want to add, we're going to highlight it and then click Add, and it will be moved to the right-hand side of the screen. It's important to note that we are going to be clicking on things in a certain order so that it shows up on the report in that order, but over here on this side of the screen on the right, it will show up in alphabetical order. Okay, we are going to begin with agency name. So go to agency and click the plus sign to expand that field. Find the word agency name and then click Add. Now you can collapse that field. Go to family member parentheses participant. Scroll down to name parentheses last. Click Add. Then name parentheses first. Then add. Then scroll up to birthday. Then click Add. Scroll up and collapse the field of the category. Next, we will go to the category that's called Family, and you click the plus sign to expand it. Scroll down to Primary Adult parentheses last. Click Add. Now Primary Adult parentheses first. Click Add. Then Secondary Adult parentheses last. Secondary Adult parentheses first. Now collapse that category. Now go to the category of enrollment. Click the plus sign to expand the category and go down to application date and click Add. Then go to waitlist date and click Add. Then enrolled date. Click Add. Then entry date and click Add. Then termination date and click Add. Then termination reason code description. Then income status code description. Now we will collapse that category. And we will move on to the PIR addendum category. Scroll down to SSI. You're first going to choose SSI at enrollment and SSI at the end of enrollment. Then go to TANF, at enrollment, and TANF at end of enrollment. Then TANF status code description. Next, go to SNAP, at enrollment, end of enrollment. Then go down to WIC, add enrollment, end of enrollment. Then scroll up to homeless family. Then scroll up to acquired housing during the program year. Then scroll back down to housing services needed, housing services received. Then go up to adult education services needed, adult education services received. Then go to assets building services needed, asset building services received. Then child abuse and neglect services needed, child abuse and neglect services received. Child support assistance needed, child support assistance received. Clothing services needed, clothing services received. Crisis assistance needed, crisis assistance received. Domestic violence services needed, domestic violence services received. Emergency services needed, emergency services received. ESL needed, ESL received. Food services needed, food services received. Health education needed, health education received. Scroll down to incarcerated assistance needed, incarcerated assistance received. Now collapse that category. Now go to the enrollment category and scroll down to literacy education needed. And literacy education received. Next, collapse that category and return to the PIR addendum category. Go down to job training needed, job training services received. Marriage education needed, marriage education received. Parenting education needed, parenting education received. Substance abuse prevention needed, substance abuse prevention services received. Substance abuse treatment services needed, substance abuse treatment services received. Transportation services needed, transportation services received. Migrant services begin enroll, migrant services end enroll. Now collapse that category and go up to health information category. Click on medical home, then dental home. Collapse that category. Go back to the PIR addendum category. Go down to primary health coverage, primary health coverage at enrollment code description. So as you can see, there's several here and you may not be able to read. So if you scroll over it, you should be able to see the whole word, the whole field. So primary health coverage at enrollment code description, primary health coverage at end of enrollment code description. Then go to Medicaid eligibility code description. And Medicaid number. Then immunization status at enrollment code description. Immunization status at end of enrollment code description. Then go to dental services begin enroll, dental services end enroll. You have now added all the fields for the report. Our next step will be to go over to the layout screen. This may take a few seconds to load as you have added a lot of fields for this report. As you will see, there are a bunch of dots on the screen. Normally, had we only added a few fields, you'd be able to see them up here in the headers and even be able to move them around. But because we've added so many fields, it's all squished together and you can't actually read the words. But you'll be able to see the layout when we run the report. So next, you'll click on the third tab over, which is the fonts/grid lines. And we will be going to the section that says captions and change that to borders around every field. You can leave the other two with no borders. There's no other changes to be made from here. In the right-hand corner, go to Page Setup, click on Landscape and Legal, and click OK. Then in the right-hand corner, click on the Advanced tab. And we're going to want to have only participant in this section here. So we're going to click on agency and click delete and click yes. Then site, delete, and yes. Classroom, delete, and yes. And now we only have participant listed in this list. Click OK. Make sure you click save in the upper right hand corner. Okay, now we are ready to run the report. So what you're going to do is select preview over here at the top of the screen. Select the program term. So for example, I want to run the report for the 18-19 school year. So you'll find your Head Start program term for the 18-19 school year. Then over here under status, you're going to want to click completed as those children have completed the school year. And in the system, they are listed as completed. Now we're going to go over here to the right upper hand side and we're going to export the file. So you're going to want to save this in a place that you can easily access it. We're going to save ours just to the desktop. The file type needs to be changed to an Excel spreadsheet. And for the file name, we're going to use our agency name with underscores in the spaces and use the program term. So for example, for ours, it'll say Alachua underscore county public schools 18-19 for the 18-19 school year. Okay, and we're going to click save. And it's saved onto our desktop. Now you can choose to open the file. We're not going to open it since it does have sensitive information pertaining to the students in our program, but I'm going to show you another file that's very similar that has some generic information. Once you open the file, you're going to see a lot of information all squished together that you really can't read. So if you'd like to look over your data, you can actually adjust some of the columns in the rows so that you can see it by clicking this little arrow in the left-hand corner and then just simply stretching the column out so you can actually look at your data. Again, this is just a sample file, so this is not a real student, but your information for each one of your families would be listed down below. You do not need to do any of the formatting in order to send this to the project team. They will handle all the formatting there, so please do not feel that you need to change any font sizes or anything like that. They will handle all of that on their end. We hope this video has been helpful in helping you set up your live report. If you have any questions, please let us know. Have a wonderful day.